Welcome back to Stars Align Universe. Today's video is going to be for the Saturn placement. This is a YouTube bonus. This was one of my most watched videos. So I am creating a YouTube bonus. This is going to be available to KOFI only very soon. So if you by chance do see this video before it disappears forever, congratulations. You do get to see kind of what will be available on my KOFI account. Okay. So with that being said, please remember that this reading is for entertainment purposes only. It may or may not resonate. Take what resonates, leave the rest for another person to claim. With that being said, we're going to go by elements. So it's going to go fire signs, earth signs, air signs, water signs. And when we do that, we're going to go 3 cards for the fire signs and then like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, 1 card for each. Because it's a Saturn placement, that is going to be talking about responsibility, discipline, mastery kind of energy. So guaranteed business or something like that probably will show up, if not like family relationships, even responsibility to yourself, right? So if that's something you're interested in, please consider subscribing to my channel, liking the video, and leaving a comment. And we're going to cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space, and we're going to get right into this reading here. So we're going to cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space. Cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space. Cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space. Cleanse my energy and my space. Cleanse my energy and my space. Cleanse my energy and my space. All right, spirit guide, guardian angels, ancestors, I ask for you to join us today in this reading for the Saturn placements for the fire signs first. Okay, so fire signs, 3 cards for the fire sign collective. 3 cards for the fire sign collective for their Saturn placements, 3 signs for the fire collective. Okay, and then we have Aries, and then Leo, and then Sagittarius. So starting with Aries, then we have Leo. Okay, and then we have Sagittarius. What do we have for you? So you have the Hangman in reverse, the Knight of Cups, and then the Hermit in reverse. So overall, some of you may be in a little bit of stagnation type of energy, and then you have a little bit of like invitations, following your heart and dreams, graceful type of energy with the Knight of Cups. But then with the Hermit in reverse, some of you may be isolating right now, okay? Or feeling like you're isolated, okay? Aries, you have a little bit of stagnation, a little bit of following your dreams or whatever it is, your goals, even ambitions, okay? Some of you are definitely dealing with some energy of antisocial maybe. Of the 7 of Wands, so definitely this is determination to get through that kind of antisocial type of energy, kind of discovering what it is you really want to do, all that kind of good stuff. All right, moving on, we have the Leos. So once again, you have a little bit of stagnation. Excuse me. Excuse me, sorry. And then you have following your heart and dreams, and then kind of like a little bit of isolation or indecision even. But with the 7 of Cups, this is telling you you have endless opportunities and choices, okay? Finally, the Sagittarius, you have the Empress in reverse, okay? So stagnation, following your heart dreams, right? A little bit of reflection kind of energy. And then creative block. So reflection might help your creative block type energy to kind of get through that. Okay. Earth signs. What do we have for you? Earth signs in the Saturn placement. Okay. Earth signs. What is it for Taurus specifically? What is it for Virgo? What is it for Capricorn? Okay. Earth sign placements. You have the 4 of Wands, the 4 of Cups in reverse, and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So for many of you, you could be feeling this celebration, great energy. Some of you, it's even enjoying your employment. Okay. With the 4 of Cups in reverse, I do see a breakthrough in new goals, maybe a new direction even for some of you. And then with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, then you got unrealistic goals. So you may have new goals, but don't make them too unrealistic even for yourself, okay? With that being said, though, Taurus, you have the Star card. So for you, you got celebration, a breakthrough, maybe some unrealistic lack a short-term focus, okay? But you have with the star direction. So you do have the opportunity to regain your directive on where it is you want to be. Okay, Virgo, you have celebration, and then you have a breakthrough, and then you have unrealistic goals. But I do see with the Five of Wands an ability to build on something you're passionate about, right? However, be aware of technicals like conflicts and all that kind of stuff, right? Moving on, we have Capricorn. So you have celebration, a breakthrough, and unrealistic goals, even. And then you have the death in reverse. So a little bit of resistance to change, stagnation, fear of no beginning. So this is also telling me for you, Capricorns, that some of your unrealistic goals you may still try and keep, and that's going to cause a little bit of conflict with you. Okay. I see burnout for some of you. Okay, air signs. What do we have for you? Air signs in the Saturn placement. Air signs in the Saturn placement, please. What is it for the air signs in the Saturn placement? Air signs in the Saturn placement. Okay. Air signs. All right. So, Gemini, what is it for Gemini? What is it for the Libras? And what is it for the Aquarius? So, air signs, what I see, you have the my goodness, Eight of Swords in reverse, the Six of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. So, a little bit of self-limiting beliefs, releasing that, knowing you need to release that. Okay, with the Six of Cups, I do see definitely enjoying everything, right? Enjoying the process. And then with the Ten of Pentacles, I do see some kind of stability for you. Gemini, obviously verse. So I do see this kind of like self-limiting belief, understanding them, acknowledging them, working through them, enjoying whatever it is that you're creating, having the possibility for long-term success. But you are being warned here with the Ten of Wands in reverse. You may be taking on too much, and that could cause a down, walking the will to go on, or even a collapse, right? So releasing and kind of understanding where it is you need to focus on, that's going to help you. Okay. Libra, you have the productivity, right? So I see some of you being very productive, kind of enjoying what it is you're enjoying, working through whatever. Some of you may be working on a career goal, and then I see definitely stability. However, with the Queen of Cups, I do see you being little bit dramatic about some things. Some of you may be a little bit dramatic towards others, or because of insecurity. So that's something you may want to pay attention to, Libra, in the Saturn placement. Finally, Aquarius, you have the Six of Swords in reverse. So you have this productivity type of energy. You have this kind of carefree, love and life type of energy. Emotional balance is something I'm even seeing for some of you. And then you've got the stability with the Ten of Pentacles. However, with the Six of Swords in reverse, I do see some kind of like stagnant energy. Some of you may be returning to old habits that, were something that you were actually leaving behind at the beginning here. So this is kind of just a warning to you and a little bit of slow healing type energy. Okay, we are going to move on for the Saturn placements into the water signs. So what is it for the water signs, please? Water signs for the Saturn placement. What is it for the water signs for the Saturn placement, please? What is it for the water signs? Okay. Water signs. Then what do we have for Cancer for the Saturn placement? What do we have for Scorpio for the Saturn placement? What do we have for Pisces for the Saturn placement? Okay. So with that being kind of interesting here, you have the Hangman in reverse. So stagnative kind of energy. You have the Ace of Cups in reverse, a little bit of block creativity. And then you have the Temperance, needing to have like patience, self-control, and cooperation kind of energy. Okay. So, Cancer, you have the Hermit in reverse. So, you do have a little bit of stagnation, block creativity, but trying to find balance and moderation to kind of balance whatever it is that's stressing you out. I do see a little bit of isolation, okay? Just to try and understand where it is that you need to remold is kind of what I'm seeing for you. Okay. Then we have Scorpio. You have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So some of you, I see some kind of stagnation, block creativity, right? And then finding balance. And with that balance, you're going to recover from some kind of financial issues, possibly. Many of you, I see this passion. I don't know why. It must be just who I am. Passionate, like brilliant idea versus work. And that's kind of where that balance is happening. Okay. I do see success in all forms for you. Finally, Pisces, you have the Hierophant. So a little bit of stagnation, a little bit of block creativity, then kind of finding balance, patience, moderation. And then with the Hierophant, you have like religious beliefs, spirituality, education. Even some of you I could see going to education for something else, and that's going to bring you some kind of balance. Okay. So, if that resonated, great. If not, please throw it away. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you as always. I hope you have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.